We're here on this lovely beach, and it's all empty. And the lifeguard keeps shouting, "Get out of the water, or you're gonna get a fine." So you're gonna get a fine for going in the water. Now, just so you know, there's no connection between coronavirus and going into water. So why is it not possible for people to go in the water? So we have the surfers. There's one woman on the beach. And they hired this man to scream every half hour or so, sometimes more often. He screams to people to get out of the water. It seems to me that it's very easy to believe conspiracy theories. Look at this lovely beach, completely empty. And every now and then, the loudspeaker warns people to get out of the water. Why is that? I don't know. But I don't know how big the fine is. People are a little bit afraid. They're more disciplined than I expected them to be. So, we had a little bit over 1,000 people dead of coronavirus since it started. When was it? A year, is it? Wait, let me think. No, almost a year. No, wait. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Okay, half a year. It seems like a year. And you really wonder whether it is not a political, international conspiracy thing. Because you really wonder how 1,000 people out of 9 million inhabitants is a plague in any sort. And now you shut down the economy. People have no way of making money, and that's a plague. That's definitely a plague. And some people don't have to work, but that's a minority. Most people have to work for a living. And just the whole thing of shutting down all the school system, everything is shut down, all these businesses that forced into bankruptcy, you just completely destroying the economy for 1,000 people? Really? I mean, this is absurd. I don't want to compare statistics, but how many people die in a war? I don't know. And even during all the wars and terror attacks, nobody ever shut down any business. So I really wonder. This whole thing is just, I just don't buy it. I really don't get it. I don't care if it happens all over the world. It's still no excuse for shutting down a country completely, especially the holiday season. I mean, Yom Kippur is supposed to be full shutdown, meaning everything will be shut down. Why? Why? Why did this Jewish holiday calendar have to dictate to us a shutdown? That's what I don't get. It's not a holiday where people get together and have huge meals. It's a time where people don't eat, and they go to the synagogue, and they want to shut down the synagogues. Fair enough, place of gathering. Okay, I get that. But why a total lockdown during the holiday season? So the high holidays became the low holidays. And the other point is, this man who constantly shouts in the loudspeaker to get out of the beach, get out of the water. If you're not swimming, get out of the water. I like to float in the water. So I'm supposed to be in deep fear if I float in the water rather than swim. He will go after me, and it's not pleasant. He's shouting at people. He's terrorizing people. He gets paid to sit there with a loudspeaker and scream at people to not go in the water. It's ridiculous. I love the water, but I can live without swimming. I can definitely live without swimming. I did intend on going here at a later time without these girls because they don't like water. But Do I really want to find? Well, I guess I can go without my wallet and ID. But still, it's just the way so many things that you take for granted they've become illegal all of a sudden. It's really, really scary. And the fact that you cannot go anywhere, you're really pretty much stuck. If you have a foreign passport, you can leave. If you have a foreign passport, you can fly somewhere. But with an Israeli passport, you're stuck here. And it made me realize the way the Gulf War made me realize that I really don't want to be stuck here sometimes. And I do feel stuck here. I feel stuck in a lot of places because my being stuck is more a psychological state. I think freedom and feeling of being stuck is definitely a state of mind. But I really find I have so little in common with people here. There are just so many people here that I just have absolutely nothing in common with. I have more in common with the dog. We both like nature. We like to go out. And some of these people are just not people I want to be with. We have nothing in common, absolutely zero. And I think it's something I always felt as a child. I have nothing in common with other people. And I'm going to have to solve this non-conformity identity somehow. So I don't belong to this particular group. I'm not LGBT, whatever. I'm not an Orthodox Jew. I'm not in Reform. I'm not anything. And so it's difficult to make connections with people that you have nothing in common with. And people my age especially, they seem to have a very, very, very particular path of financial security, of relationship security. They stick in these little groups called families, even if they hate each other. And they just I have nothing in common with these people. It's very family oriented here in a way that leaves me out. And not only me. And I sort of also gave up on befriending mentally ill people because they're not very nice. Because it's okay if you want to pass the time chatting with someone, but they're very unpredictable. One, two, because they have mood swings. And the second thing is, if you need something, you can forget it. You can help them, but if you need something, they're just not there. They're undependable. They only need help. I haven't seen any one of them help me in any way. So it just comes to the point where you want to have a relationship with people where it's give and take, and so my tendency to befriend anyone is just now changed too. I see some birds in the sky. They're very cute. Swallows, I believe, very small swallows. And the crows are really hungry because they shut down restaurants as well. It's beautiful here. Still haven't done my yoga. I'm waiting for the weather to get colder. It's still very warm here. Yesterday I didn't sleep with the air conditioning on. Oh, there's a lovely wind from the ocean. It's really nice. And the water is turquoise blue. I used to be a person who couldn't be next to water without jumping in. And now I'm sitting here watching. Maybe I'll come back later and try to swim. Who knows? I think you're allowed to swim. But then now they say it's not allowed. You're not allowed to swim. So I don't know what the heck is going on. Because first they said you're allowed to swim. Just not to float on the water. And now they say you cannot even go in the water. I don't know. Maybe I should just ignore it. Yeah, probably I should. Anyway, just wanted to add that little comment. I think if you make people the main focus of your life, you're always going to be disappointed because human beings are very undependable. And while they're in the movies, they're depicted depicted as otherwise, like they're friends that last and friendships that last for years and years and years. I think only friendships where you don't share a lot, where you don't know a lot about each other last. I think sort of friendships where people know a lot about you, the difficulties as well as the easy things, they don't really last because people are scared to be with people that might need them. That's how I feel. But that's okay for me. I think to be alone is not the same as loneliness. I felt far more loneliness with people, especially in relationships, than to just sit by myself with my animals. Well, I always have my animals, so I don't really feel alone. But let's say if I hadn't had my animal, if I didn't have my animals, oh my God, this is beautiful. Not the bird. There's a hawk. You see, this hawk is looking for prey. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful, it's a hawk. It's a hawk or it's some sort of bird of prey. It's beautiful to watch. He's above the crows. He's looking for something to eat. And they're amazing to watch. I'm really hoping that the wildlife in Israel will recuperate from the damage, the horrible damage human beings cause it here. I don't see cats. It's really weird. I wonder what happened to all the cats. Because I used to be not able to sit here without cats coming. I don't know where they are. There are cat feeders as well that are, I think they're still feeding the cats, as far as I know. But I think there's also plenty of animals they can hunt. There's lizards here and definitely mice. Oh, butterfly. Oh, that was beautiful. I've seen a butterfly, a yellow butterfly fluttering by. It's really nice. Anyway, I'm going to start the yoga practice after having said that several times. I have, there's a crow here who's really hungry. I should really bring him something. Leftovers, whatever. And it's just, there's a ship there. I don't know what it is. And I'm just going to start my practice. My salutation to the sun. Even though they recommend you do it sunrise, sunset, I'm here under the canopy here, and I don't know if this is a canopy. There's a slight roof and should be okay. So I'm going to start now. And I recommend for everyone to practice yoga. I'm going to put on a nice song and start. Peace, light, and love. Namaste.